One.
We are on the internet. Hello, hello. How?
Where are we?
Where? Oh my God.
We
We're
are.
trapped in a
You're not
box.
taking me out
Let me out.
of the
Oh no.
Now we start doing miming. I've never done miming, but it looks really hard. I feel like it would be really hard to be that specific.
I think so too.
Well, right now you're in a box, Carly.
Who is logged in on the Troll Lord Games account?
It's just like, how do you fully? I feel like it's just like so much specificity, you know? Troll Lord Games.
Do your object work, Carly.
You will never know. Okay, it's Chuck. It's Chuck. That's
Hi,
150% Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Hi, Chuck.
Is Chuck like $2 Chuck from Trader Joe's, but it's technically a little more than $2 because
Probably like 7 Chuck now.
it's $2 Chuck when I was in college.
How many chucks could a chuck want to buck if a buck could chuck chucks?
At least 7.
Is that a real theater warm-up?
Studies
Or did
show.
you make that up?
I just made that up.
Brilliant. See, the improv has already begun, people.
The juices are flowing. The improv is improv.
I'm getting all the bad ideas out now so that I have good ideas later in the stream.
There's no
There's no bad ideas. They're just seeds.
Yes, yes.
Hey, Brooke, first time chatter. Welcome in. How you doing?
Hey, Brooke.
Good to see ya.
Yay, we love our chat. We really do.
We do. And it's not just because chat sometimes plays as the monsters that these guys fight, and they're not trying to win you over. They would never do that.
You just
never
don't
try to
want to
win over
hurt
chat.
us. Ever.
The chat as the monster will want to just like run away and pack up and run away, unrelated to anything.
Yes.
But I guess, do we want to just like go right on ahead and jump into a recap? And
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What in case you missed it, because we weren't here last week.
We were not. And actually, you know, I didn't tell you guys this. It worked out perfectly because on Tuesday I woke up with the flu and missed work.
Oh no.
And so I didn't even like make an announcement about like we just ghosted. We ghosted chat.
Sorry, chat.
Sorry, chat.
Sorry, Chad.
I mean, you ghosted.
And you know what? Just for that, chat, you can have one inspiration to use for a reroll whenever you want. So take that and use it wisely because we ghosted.
Oh, like you can tell them is what you mean?
Yeah. Like
Oh,
I wasn't
got
working,
it.
so I never put out the announcement and never said anything.
Radio silence. I got it.
It was perfect.
So if you showed up bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, we are sorry.
We're here
sorry.
now.
We're here
Forgive
now.
us.
We did it. We're all stuck in boxes.
We're stuck. We're here to work twice as hard to make story
Yes.
happen.
Hollywood Squares.
But in case you missed it, not last week, but the week before, these lovely ladies are the cats out of the bag investigators in Aired. An incredible detective agency and private eye kind of investigation agency. And they are working right now on behalf of a Bernard du Boulay, who is the intendant of the Von Brecht estate, which is a manor house very deep in the Darkenfold Forest in a region called the Dogwood, which is, if you didn't know, really haunted and very cursed.
Soup's haunted, bro.
Soup's haunted, not a great place to be. There is no free Dr. Pepper in the Dogwood. Can you believe it?
Dr. Pepper was literally my favorite soda as a kid, and it was my dad's favorite soda, so it's like nostalgic, makes me think of him. I love it so much. I should get like a shirt and like pants. They have like swag now for these brands.
Here's the thing about like Dr. Pepper fans.
You're hardcore.
They're hardcore.
Yeah.
I won.
Love it.
We're like,
Yeah.
23 flavors.
When I first met Steve, he had a Dr. Pepper with him, and I was like, where did you get that?
Did he tell you?
I was like, I didn't see that in Crafty. I'm like, did you put in your rider? And
He like smuggled it in. He, I think, sent me a frustrated message when he was with you guys and was like, they don't know how to keep a Dr. Pepper cold. Not about you guys, but about like the
craft services
thing. But oh yeah, plot.
What
So
kind of set is this?
plot.
how we were doing a recap.
rude egomaniac. Can you imagine?
Total
Hot night.
diva on set. Or on a thing that, you know, isn't anything. Anyway. So
Anyway,
our group has ventured into the dogwood in search of answers because the Von Brecht estate, Bernard let them know, has been attacked by cultists of Orndul, who's like the evil god in Erd. And he sent them to drive the cultists out and find out what happened to his employers, the Von Brecht family, namely Dietrich Von Brecht, Elana Von Brecht, and their son Peter Von Brecht. So they've ventured into the dogwood. They encountered a huntress named Katrin, who is herself familiar with the dogwood. She's a ranger who's from the nearby village of Kashem, near the manor, and she's searching for answers, trying to figure out what happened there, because all of the towns in the dogwood have been long abandoned since the onset of the curse. So she is seeking answers of her own and has resolved to trail the investigators, because she trusts them quite a bit, but like not enough to travel alongside them, because the curse in the dogwood does crazy things to the mind. They, through means, arrived in the first village nearby, the village of Roslo. They picked up an amulet that will protect one of them, whoever's wearing it, from the effects of the curse, because it can mess with your mind and make you see things that aren't there. They fought some skeletons that were led by a strange, like, shadow kind of creature.
Scary
Those
skeletons.
really
skeletones.
annoying.
There was a lot of singing, a lot of xylophone rib playing. It was a silly, goofy time. And they then, through the aid, actually, of another god in Erd, Tefnut, goddess of rivers, they were given kind of a tip that they could, if they wanted to avoid the bulk of the curse, they could take their chances with the swamp, which is kind of outside the boundary of the forest, still kind of cursed, still not safe, but might be a safer way to travel. And they decided to go that way, where they stumbled upon a cottage built by Diana the Mystic, who is an NPC that they heard about. They heard a spooky, scary prophecy about an unnamed person responsible for the curse, and resolved to loot her home. That is, I believe.
Hey, that sounds way worse than what it actually is. We just started to lightly scavenge.
I think the exact wording that you guys used last session was
Loot it or poot it.
loot it or poot it. So
I've said it before and I'll say it again.
Are
And
we
I'm
gonna
ready
have
to
that song?
poot.
You play that song on stream?
I mean, I'm just ready. Carly, if you don't want me to loot anything, I'm going to poot it.
I want to loot the bodies of all the evil people, mainly because of that song on YouTube.
Yeah.
Loot that
Yeah.
body. I
But-
literally forgot that we looted the house.
You have not looted the house yet. You've just kind of started to like go inside.
Lightly scavenge.
We're about to lightly scavenge.
We're
So-
about to cross the threshold, right?
Indeed. Of danger. It'll probably be fine.
Okay. It's probably fine.
So, you all enter into this cottage. Eclectic is a word.
Hidden doors. Sorry, I
What was that?
Is there any hidden doors? Do I see a hidden door?
I can see hidden doors. Are there hidden doors?
You are certain there are no hidden doors here. I think you guys looked for that last session. I didn't write any hidden doors.
Outside, I think we did.
Yeah. It seems like this hut is not built with enough skill to have hidden doors. It's very like handmade, cobbled together, lots of holes in lots of places. But there's like scarves and things hanging from the ceiling and lots of like colorful posters. There's many dried herbs, now a little too dry, that have been hanging there for who knows how long. But yeah, if you guys are looking for stuff, sick stuff, then go ahead and give me a check of your choice and let me know what you're using.
Hold on.
Is it Lodash's hut? This episode brought to you by The Hermit. You can get it now. Gary Gygax's craziest adventure. It's in our store. Sponsored by Trollord Games. Thank you, Trollord Games, for the sponsor.
I rolled an 18.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to use my charisma. My wisdom.
An 18.
That's
My
pretty
wisdom.
good.
So it's
Technically
a 19 with my modifier.
Me too. I'm using
Rolled a
strength.
5. So
Oh my gosh, I have ding dang dice. I was gifted dice, y'all. Should I try to use it today?
Yes.
You got to break them in. Yeah.
They're
Go for it.
pink, like me.
Well, now we've set the mood, Rebecca. You're gonna roll low, and we're. I'm using
remember last time I had really good rolls.
primary.
It's true.
So this time it has to balance, checks and balances.
Yeah. What skills were you guys using, and how are you kind of combing over this cottage? Like, what are you doing? Just to set the scene.
I chose strength because that's my primary. So I am lifting heavy things and looking underneath it.
That totally works. That makes sense to me. Incredible. Lifting up furniture. Bianca, what about you?
Furniture, heavy ass books.
I'm using my wisdom, and so I'm looking at all the scarves, and I'm like, ooh, what is this made out of? Is this silk? Oh, it feels so nice against my face. And then I smell things, and I'm looking around. I see all these holes in the walls, like you were describing it. And I'm like aggressively seeing if there's anything hidden in those little crevices, and you said lots of color and posters. I'm just looking around and see, wait, have I seen that artist before? Ooh, I have that album. I'm totally assessing the vibe of this.
Oh, Pink Floyd,
spot.
crazy.
Yeah, ooh, I do love Pink Floyd because of the color pink.
And then Drew, what about you?
Well, I guess I will use my wisdom and slash my enhanced senses, and I'm going to sense if any of this is actually worth anything or if it's all crap.
Ooh. Beautiful. Okay, so that latter part we'll get to in a minute. But Drew, the first thing that you see when you step in as Orb and Bianca kind of like go and begin investigating things, you find that there is like clearly has been sitting there for many, many years, probably as long as this place has been abandoned, like scrolls of paper with that same prophecy that was like written. Or I'm sorry, not that was written, that you heard, the animated like voicemail skull speak out loud to you guys, which actually, now that I'm thinking of it, I'm just going to copy and paste that into chat.
Yes.
But you see that like scrawled onto several different pieces of paper.
I see the Troll Lords thing, right? Sorry to interrupt.
No,
but
you're
it says
perfect.
offline for me, and I just want to make sure it's just
you might want to reload the page.
Okie dokie.
And it looks like I'm logged into the Troll Lord Games account too.
Oh, yeah. Beware of the
gonna
wolf
talk
who wears
about
the
that.
skin of men who trust the lies within.
There can only be
Beneath
one.
the monster stands a silent twin with grasping hands. He'll slay the kin who gave him breath and bind his soul with blood-stained death. The woods will mourn, the path turns black. Red thread binds him, take heed, turn back.
Whoa.
Red thread, red thread.
So that is scrawled, and like barely legible notes are kind of accompanying that. It looks like Diana the Mystic was trying very, very hard to figure this thing out. And a lot of it is really not super duper legible, or it's just like first names with no context, and like names scribbled and then crossed out. So that is kind of like what you see. And as you're reading this, Orb, you're lifting up furniture. You find underneath a sofa a pair of glasses.
Oh.
Wait.
And they're a little interesting looking. A pair of glasses exactly like that. Actually, that's perfect. Same frames, same everything.
It will make.
And as you kind of bring them to Drew to kind of assess their worth, Bianca, what you find two things. You pull on one of these like hanging like scarves that are kind of hanging from the beams. It's actually a cloak that you pull down. It has a hood. Could you describe for me how it looks?
I mean, it's like purple embroidery, and it's just like gilded with aspects of metallics throughout the threads. And I see that it's kind of roomy since I am just a 4-foot tall gnome, but I do want to try it on. So I decide to like put my body into it.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Is it too big? Is it the right size?
It conforms to fit your body perfectly as you put it on.
Why isn't fashion doing this now?
Because the powers that be just hate us, I guess. They can't even give us pockets.
You're right.
They're going to do form-fitting clothes.
And then, after it's conformed, I look down and it's got pockets.
Oh my god, it's got pockets. And that is where you find the second item. Inside of one of the pockets in the cloak, there's actually a dagger that's in there. And you pull it out, and it looks a little bit different than like a normal dagger. Drew, how does the dagger look? I'm putting you guys on the spot today.
It looks sharp.
And
Super
there's
sharp.
jewels. There's jewels all along.
So you're saying it's looking sharp.
As she cuts her hand.
That literally happened to my father-in-law during Christmas. They gave James a knife, and they're like, "That's a sharp knife." Then proceeds to try to check how sharp it is.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I cut myself, and I'm like, "A man."
No.
In other news, water is wet, the sky is big, and all sorts of other things.
But it's really sharp. Let me test it.
But Drew, as you're kind of like assessing the like, what is this stuff? You learn a few things, and the three of you can decide to like distribute these items amongst yourselves however you want. The cloak grants the wearer +2 to their AC. The dagger grants an additional +1 bonus to hit if you're using the dagger.
Wait, I should write this down.
I'm like, I'm like, oh
And-
shoot.
And I can put this in Twitch chat as well.
Okay.
And then the glasses are the most intriguing, or the most lengthy, I guess. And actually, Orb, you see this as you put them on. Your field of vision gets weirdly panoramic.
Oh.
The other two of you,
Whoa.
Orb's eyes look huge. They look just
Like
massive.
in like those cartoons when like they
Yeah.
put like the profiles on, it's like a big huge eyes.
Exactly. But you will gain, whoever's wearing the glasses will gain a +2 to any checks made to find hidden objects, doors, paths, or people. And a +2 to determine if anybody is lying to you.
Whoa.
The glasses?
Yes.
That's cool.
So I will put that in chat.
So I mean, the cloak like conformed to my body, so I feel like I'm gonna go ahead and wear that. But Drew, would you like the dagger?
I'll take it.
I'll give you that dagger, girl.
Do some stabbies.
Yes.
I'm writing.
It's hey, just so you know, it's sharp.
Don't test it.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my backpack.
You hold it and it looks sharp.
I feel like I manifested these glasses because I haven't been wearing my blue light glasses because sometimes the glare, and I'm like, oh, I really want to wear them right now. And then look what you gave us.
Props. When we did one of our first actual plays, my boyfriend, we weren't dating at the time, but his character smokes. And so he went out and got a pack of cigarettes just to have a cigarette in his mouth when we were playing. It was awesome.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. Dedication.
Props are fun.
Love it.
Get it?
Props,
There's something
props for
about
the props. You know what I'm saying?
when you
but-
act, you gotta have some sort of like these like certain things to help with the character.
Yeah. But you guys turned this place over pretty good. And aside from some like very dusty, like, you know, clothes and kitchen utensil, like basic stuff, this is pretty much everything that you find of value. All of the food is rotted and gross. There's no like rations or anything. But is there anything else you wish
wine.
to look for? There's no actually.
snacks?
You know what?
I would love to do like some open the cupboards kind of thing and just make sure there's no like mead.
A mead.
Roll a
Naka wants to get
D100.
lit. She wants
If-
to see if there's Susie too.
If it's an
What?
even number, there's mead.
Which one do you want me to roll?
A D100.
Oh,
That is also called a percentile die.
I'm like, they don't.
I don't.
act
How do I do that?
God, that's
Are you
bad.
using
just
like
a
an
D10.
online-
Yeah, I can just do a D10 and times 10.
Yeah, just go for a D10. Just do a
Okay.
D10. And if it's an even number, then there is wine or
I
mead.
rolled an 8.
Take your pick. There's meat or wine.
Yeah, there's meat.
I think there's definitely some meat, and it's been spiced appropriately, and it's lasted because of the fact that wine takes a minute to go bad. So
True.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful. But
roll
yeah,
D twice.
That's the
I
other thing
will
you can do.
ask Grace. I have this ability to decipher script, and this thing, this what are we calling it? The thing, the beware the wolf who wears the skin
the
thing.
prophecy.
The prophecy.
Yeah.
Is that something I can decipher, or is that more like if it's of another language?
Technically, it's supposed to be, but like, I think that would work in this context. Why not?
Yeah, because it's I see it written all over the apartment, this hut, right? So it's in one congruent spot.
Yeah, it's in like a stack of notes on like the table that's kind of in the center of this room.
Yeah. So I would love to just decipher the script and help interpret legends and secret writings to acquire more knowledge. As a bard, I can do this.
Yeah. So you see mostly what Drew already saw, that there's like a bunch of kind of first names without context. I guess like the added context that you might glean is that these are people who all lived in the same town, whether it would be like Kishem or Roslo. It's a bunch of like boys' names, traditionally boys' names. And a lot of them are written in kind of like a there's, instead of like Davis, there's Davy, and instead of James, there's like Jimmy. And there's a lot of like young sounding kind of names. It looks like these are like a list of like village boys. And you can see that this list has been returned to over the course of many years. You might be able to glean that Diana was tracking the boys that were born in this region to get vibes for if they were the subject of the prophecy or not.
And is it obvious that she was like crossing names off?
Angrily so, like like harsh like scribbles.
Yeah. So is there a name that is not yet crossed off?
Not that you can see. That it all kind of looks like she didn't get she didn't really narrow it down.
She's trying to find the boy of the prophecy.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
What's a girl got to do to find the boy of the prophecy?
I'm just trying to get someone to take me on a date. Okay, boy of the prophecy.
It posted the link. Trying to post the GIF.
Oh,
Google.
I think like links will get auto-modded. I'm so sorry.
Okay, it's not your fault.
If you send it to me, I can post it.
I'm not trying to spam anybody. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Okay, thank you, Grace, for that that extra info. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Happy to give. But yeah, is there anything else that you guys search for in this hut, or are you looking to move on into the swamp? Or back into the forest, whichever you guys prefer.
Are there anything as far as these herbs, medicinal, party value, like anything like that?
Yes, in fact.
Glad I asked.
And you know what? Just because it's fun, because I forgot to just give this to you, let's make it a challenge. There are the ingredients for 3 health potions, if you want to try to concoct them.
We should for sure try to concoct them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so whichever of you, or if all 3 of you are doing it, I guess who takes point on that?
Do you have those powers, Drew? You and I, illusionist and
my powers, or my spells at least, are detecting poison, light, purifying food and drink, first aid, entangle, detect pits and snares, obscuring mist, produce flame, and summon swarm.
Beautiful.
Yeah, none of mine. I don't know. I feel like it makes. I think we should all try it, but I don't know for sure. But it feels like me and Drew maybe are more,
like suited.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm much more of a performer and not a science person.
I feel like Bianca is just going to be next to us, strumming her mandolin.
I'm gonna give you some science alchemy vibes. I'm gonna give you the alchemy soundtrack for this next section.
Perfect. Yeah, so go ahead and make 3 wisdom or intelligence checks, whichever ones you guys want to use.
3 rolls?
Hmm?
You mean 3 rolls?
3 rolls, yeah.
Okay.
I don't need to roll, correct?
Correct.
Okay, great.
Correct, yeah.
I got a 6, 8, and a 17.
Okay.
That's without modifiers.
Said wisdom check?
Yes, or intelligence, whichever one you want to use.
Okay.
See, I'll do intelligence, and
Tell you all at once.
it's a primary,
Okay.
and then my modifier is 2.
Perfect. So that's a 10, an 11, and a 19.
Oh. Yes.
Okay.
Wait.
I have mine.
8, 10, 19.
Beautiful. And then what were yours, Orb?
First one was 18. What? Second one was 2. And third one was 14.
That's perfect. I was combining your rolls in my head for like a combined DC. Those are 3 successes. So yeah, you get 3 health potions.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
Agile
distribute
Monk
those however you want.
was saying Drew has the best chance and should bleed or lead. At least she won't accidentally make poison.
Well, especially because you have the poison spell too, the poison check spell. But you're not gonna make it anyway, because
What did you say? You said that was 3 successes, so that means we have 3 healing
health potions.
Okay, so each one
Wow.
wants to take one.
Yeah, I'll take one. I'll put it in my little pocket.
Perfect.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Whenever
There
you
you
guys
go.
take those, it'll restore 1d6 points of health.
Ooh, let
So
me
you'll
roll
for
that.
it.
Oh wait, we
Wow.
don't need to do that now.
No, that's a waste.
I am down, but I still have a lot left, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm at full health. My
You are? Why did I end up with much less health than you?
Puppy.
Probably because you have more
To start
ability.
with.
Yeah, so I just try to heal every time I can because I'm afraid I might die if we get into another fight.
Perfect. Okay, great. I'm glad we got some herbs up in here.
Beautiful.
We're like KFC.
Got some glasses. We got a coat and 3 spells.
Stuff. So yeah, what do you wish to do now? Would you like to try to like brave through the swamp?
Is it nighttime?
It's not. It's actually
Okay. Checking if we needed a nap there. Just checking.
Yeah.
Shelter.
It's like noon.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's early for a nap.
So did we decide last time we were doing swamp, or did we decide we were doing forest? I can't remember.
I mean, I enjoy the adventure of the swamp,
Like maybe Shrek is there.
Ooh.
I think you're thinking
I'll
of a
just
way
add that in really quick.
This is gonna be like a bog, like not to bring up some of the trauma from our youth, like never-ending story, get our horse stuck kind of swamp. Like that's what I think we're entering into.
I would never. Come on.
I mean, it's the dogwood, yeah. So we're gonna swamp it up.
I think. So is the swamp taking us away from the Von Brecht estate, or it's like another route to the Von Brecht estate?
It's kind of another route. The way that Tefna described it, you're kind of going around like the main stretch of the forest. It's a little bit more indirect, but it'll take you into the village of Kashem from another angle.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then let's swamp it up.
Yeah, can I send Storm? Oh, I meant to text all of you guys. I saw a falcon on my walk the other day.
It's your buddy.
And I almost texted you and said it's Storm.
He's visiting from the dogwood.
So I live in Atlanta and we're known for our birds of prey. And so every morning I like see like hawks and falcons, and in the evenings I'll see owls, and they're just like, and I'm like,
whoa.
never put your yappy dogs away.
When Trouble was a puppy and freshly brought home, I was like taking him outside, and dead ass was like a hawk like circling us.
Whoa.
He's like,
Yeah.
Because he
Thank
was
goodness
like
I
3
have
pounds.
a bigger dog because I don't let the little one just like hang out outside by herself because I'm like, bitch, you about to be swooped.
whoop, swooped.
Scooped.
There's a couple of them in our neighborhood that like will.
Swooped and scooped.
And we also have coyotes.
It's
Ooh,
like
yeah.
Those are no
it's like we're in
fun.
the dogwood even in real life.
Fiction
Anyway,
becomes
can I send
reality.
Storm ahead just to see if there's anything he sees that's dangerous or anything?
Sure. And so if there's something dangerous, you want him to like come back and
And
like
caw twice.
And
You know,
caught twice
caw twice.
for danger.
Cool. Yeah. Give me a D20 roll for Storm.
Dokie. Come on, Storm.
Let's go.
I think it's a good idea for Beatrice to also kind of trot out and just see, and if there's an issue,
they have to earn their keep, you know.
It's
if,
true.
if there's an issue, she comes back and she'll just meow really aggressively.
You gotta put him to work.
Yeah.
I got 13.
Perfect. Sure. Okay. So we will get to that.
Okay.
But Storm leaves you all as you all begin your journey.
I only rolled a 9 for Beatrice, so
perfect. That actually works perfectly.
that was
for
the wisdom check,
things.
right?
That's just like a base like D20
Oh, just
roll.
base.
Like-
I'm adding a modifier in my mind.
We have like Beatrice have a wisdom check and a charisma check.
She's very charismatic.
She is very. She's down here sleeping. She's very
charismatic lady. But yeah, you all strike out. You see like the boundary of the forest kind of like in the distance off to your left, kind of as you're proceeding here. And you notice as you tramp like further into the swamp, it is getting really deep. It's like really thick mud that kind of like pulls at your boots and it just kind of like gross.
Like
And-
the Sum 41 song.
Like what?
The Sum 41 song. Yes.
Because I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep and I'm
I don't know that one part.
Singing this song is precisely actually when you happen upon Beatrice, who is stuck.
Beatrice. Oh no! Does she have little muddy paws?
She's got little muddy paws and her like belly is all muddy. It's gotten to the point where it is too thick and too deep for at least Beatrice to proceed like unaided.
Okay, so I pick her up and I have my other little cloak and I use that as a towel to kind
Yeah.
of wipe off her fur, and then I just put her on my shoulder then here. So she's gonna just walk with me here now.
That's perfect. As you're doing this, Drew,
Yes.
give me a wisdom check as the three of you are kind of like standing and watching, you know, Beatrice get her little peats cleaned off and kind of like looking around at your surroundings.
Yes. I see. I rolled a 16 and my modifier is a 2, so 18.
Beautiful. You are noticing the three of you are beginning to slowly actually sink.
Quicksand.
At this point, there's no combat, but we are going to roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, snap.
All three
What
of
is
you,
going on?
Friendly story.
all three of you are sinking at a rate of 1 foot per round.
Oh, that's really quick.
It's pretty quick,
Especially if you're short.
like a gnome.
Oh no. We only have 4 rounds before Bianca's done for.
And while you guys are rolling your D10s, I'll just like tell you a little bit about your surroundings. You're standing in this like patch of mud, and are beginning to sink. There are like a couple of brittle kind of trees that are nearby. Some things that you could grab. There are some tall grasses you could try. If you have any like spells or
no.
magic to use, there's all sorts of stuff like that.
Little
Oh
trees
no.
Anti-mud spell. Let's see.
are great. I'm looking at my I don't have nothing.
Hey, Dicks in the Dark. Welcome in.
Wow, okay. That's a screen name.
Dicks in the dark.
Dicks in the
Let me
Dark.
check in my backpack. Oh, everybody check in their backpacks.
True.
Yes, I
Okay.
have
Very true.
rope because
I have
bought it.
rope.
I bought it for it was going to be a cat toy specifically, but now I think it's got some reason.
Could be
I also
useful.
have a shovel so I can dig us out of the mud.
Oh,
Fair. You can also
it
like
is
help
my
each
last-
other, like all sorts of stuff
Yeah.
you can do.
yeah.
From what I've seen in movies and survival shows, we need to get some sort of like big beam or really strong log to like stick. Like if one of it gets out, we can't try to like pick the other person with our arm because it's like then they're just gonna fall in deeper. We have to like use something almost like use the leverage and pry it up. Like see
Yeah.
this get
This
for my wrist. I'm using it to show you. So you
That's
like you gotta
awesome.
like wedge it like and then like use it to like pry the person up. Like this is the log. This is the example.
Right.
Okay, what I could also do is I could take my hammer, I could tie the rope to the hammer and use it as like a grappling hook and throw it over a branch, go, and then ta.
Super true.
Woo!
So you all sink 1 foot.
Oh.
Who is first?
Wait, I thought okay. Okay. Tell us.
So there's only 3 feet left of me. I do have a fife with me, so I'm gonna start singing my song that is my goodbye song.
Oh no! Goodbye, cruel world.
Okay. Well, someone roll. Someone do something.
I
Yeah, so
rolled a
what-
10. I rolled a
so-
10. I rolled a 2.
A
I
10
also do.
Oh
for
my
initiative.
god!
For
It's
initiative
all
counts? Is this for
No,
initiative?
this is just initiative.
No,
Okay.
initiative.
Sorry.
All right, so a 10,
I'm like
a
I
2,
think we're all gonna. I got a 5.
a 5. Okay, so a 10, a 2, and a 5. That's right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Does
Okay.
the mud have its own initiative?
That'll happen at the top of every round.
Okay.
So, Bianca, you're up first. What do you do to try to get out of this?
So I still have use of my arms because of how
Yeah.
how little I've gone down. I have a rope and I tie a lasso around the end, you see. And I throw it towards the branch that is jutted out over this muddy zone. And it does take a couple times, granted, for me but I do get it over the thing.
Let's see.
I'm
Maybe
like,
roll a
I love how
dexterity check.
we just say it like she's not gonna have us roll.
And I just like do it. So if I roll, I roll a fiddlesticks. I rolled a 6 and +2, so I rolled an 8. It is a primary.
Okay. So you
And-
okay.
Is it possible that my cat, who's on my shoulder, jumps far enough, like has enough to jump past the mud area to maybe then take the little rope in her teeth and climb up the tree and loop it around?
We'll say yes, but that's your full action. You cannot yet pull yourself out.
Yes, I think that's fair. Okay.
But you get it there and you feel the rope. It feels pretty good. Okay, Orb, what are you doing to help
Am
out
I
yourself
allowed
or
to
your
tie it around
comrades?
my waist
Or-
as part
okay.
of that action?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay,
why not?
so I tied it around my waist as well.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, Storm. I have given Storm my rope, and Storm is going to get it around.
I'm so sorry you sent Storm away.
No, but
You sent him
Storm
looking for stuff.
back. Storm came back. And we rolled to see if Storm came back in time. Storm and me are connected. Our hearts are connected. He would sense if I was stressed.
Let's roll a d10. If it's a 7 or higher, then Storm has come back.
Okay. Okay. Lucky number 7. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
4.
Oh,
I'm so
I think that
Sorry.
Storm will come back.
Storm
Okay.
might come back at some point.
Perhaps Storm is on their way right now.
Okay, what did she just do? Can I add to her action?
Certainly. Yeah. What do you do?
You just threw a thing over a piece of wood.
It's on a branch and it's tight, and now I've wrapped the the other side of that around my waist so that I have something to hold me up.
Okay, but is there something that you can pull and it will like hoist?
It's on a branch, so I'm gonna try pulling my body up. Is my
Okay.
next.
I'm gonna try to pull it because she's shorter than me and she could die in the next turn or so if I don't pull her out, even though I might go down a little further. Okay.
Very smart. Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and make a strength check to pull Bianca out of the mud.
Okay. I'm like
20!
Nat 20!
Yay!
Oh!
Yay!
Amazing.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That is incredible. Yeah.
I'm really
Where specifically do you want to put her? I'll say, because it's a nat 20.
there's
like,
got to be some sort of like little side thing that's not like covered in mud that where the trees aren't sitting down. So I put her there.
For sure to safety.
For sure. I mean, nat 20,
yeah.
baby.
Yeah, obviously, of course. Yeah.
Like, does she do something? If I rolled nat 20, I mean, can she also do something during my turn to help us?
Maybe it'll be a little bit easier on her next turn. Maybe. Okay, but great turn, Orb.
No, we saved
So I'm in a safe spot. Is that
yes.
true? Okay, I'm like on the edge of the mud mud zone.
Exactly.
Out of the mud.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Orb. You are my savior, and I will definitely sing the songs of your praises for many years to come.
Okay, let's get us all out. You can sing to us later to celebrate when we're all out here.
So, Drew, what do you do?
All right. Do I roll first, or I tell you what I want to do first?
Tell me what you want to do first. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to steal the rope idea because someone already did that. So what I kind of want to do, since I'm a little bit taller, and I want to use what's in my backpack. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wooden shield and I'm going to kind of use it to.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm going to take my shovel and like get some of the dirt off around our feet. And so that way we can like on the shield.
Okay, so you're putting the shield in such a position so that you can
so I can
on
like
top of it.
Yeah, I mean it's only up to my knee right now, so it's not that bad. But
Sure.
yeah, I'm gonna need something to like get on, so I'm not just stepping into more mud, which is because that would be just stupid.
A little bit.
A little stupid, yeah. So that's gonna be sort of my thing to like stand on.
Okay. This sounds like another strength check to me.
Okay, let's do a strength check.
Make it. Oh.
I rolled a 2.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, no.
And my modifier is 1, so I got a 3.
As you're like shoveling the mud out, it's filling back in. This is pretty quick moving mud, unfortunately. With that, Orb and Drew sink in another foot. Bianca, what do you do?
Come on, our little hero.
So I have a question
Is
about
Storm back yet? Storm's got to be back yet, right?
Roll another D10.
What do I have to get?
7 or higher.
Mama. I got a 2.
Oh, buddy.
Oh no, we're in 2 land.
Maybe next round.
Why are you making me roll a D10?
I have an Exalt Charisma thing that adds a +2 bonus to my allies' attribute checks. It does say it is not during does not affect attack rolls. Since we're in initiative and all that, would that affect that or no?
No,
it's not an attack roll.
Correct. Okay. Yeah.
So whenever they roll, I can just say I Exalt Charisma.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think so. Yeah.
Perfect. So I'll do that when that happens for their. I mean, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Your roll was too low, I think, to exalt the charisma in that moment. But I will be using it. So that being said, let's see. I have this rope. I'm now taking it off of my body, and it has. I've now looped into a loop. That will be the perfect size for me to throw in. Carly, Orb, you're shorter than Drew, right?
I believe so. You're like 7 feet tall, right?
No, it just seems like that because I have good posture. I'm 5'6".
No, your
Oh no,
character.
No, yeah, I'm 5'7". Rebecca is 5'7". Drew
oh,
is
I thought you were taller
said your
than that.
character was like 7 foot tall. Like I remember
no. She's just like really like willowy, so she seems tall.
Okay.
Proportions.
Well, so how tall are you?
Here's the thing. On my sheet, I wrote that I'm 6 feet tall, but I never said that. I've been playing. Let's just say that I'm 6 feet tall then.
Okay, then I want to throw a
6 foot.
loop around Drew.
Please don't let me die.
To get it like so she put like right under here, so that it's holding up her torso.
Sure.
Yes, that's my next goal here.
Okay. We'll give that to you because you're not like lassoing a moving target or somebody who's trying to resist you. You're just trying to toss a rope to somebody who's gonna cooperate with you, I assume.
Yes. I think that Drew is gonna cooperate, right?
Yeah. So are you trying to like pull her out?
If I'm able to do that in the same action, yes. And so
sure.
Me and Bianca, Beatrice. I have my hands on the rope, and Beatrice has her little paws all around the rope as well. And with our strength combined, we are pulling really hard to get
super, super hard. So much muscles.
out of there. And sometimes what inspires me to be stronger is a little song.
Oh,
do we get to hear it?
And
wait, as long as her singing the song doesn't equal that we keep singing, like can we take action while she...
That's just it's a quick thing. It's just that I just like oh, it's time to use my muscles. Oh, it's time to use my strength. Come on, kitty, let's do it together, and then we can help our friends. Oh!
And on that, let's get a strength check.
I'm just trying to help my checks, Carly. Carly. Okay, I rolled a 7, so it's a 7.
You pull and you pull and you pull. Drew doesn't budge.
Ugh.
At least for now.
Okay, I think we gotta come up with a different strategy because you're too little. We gotta use. Okay, Drew,
I might have a good check in a minute.
Spells that could help, like the environment and of what she's doing. Also,
I would have to get very creative with my spell. But what I could possibly do, is summon a swarm of somethings
to help you.
To help us.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I could potentially get a swarm. I mean, my other one is to detect pits and snares, but guess what? It's like
You're
30% chance it's already raining.
This is the one time we didn't look for hidden doors or trap doors.
They are level 4 Dicks in the Dark.
Whose turn is it?
It is Bianca just went, so it is Orb's turn. It's your turn.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Can I see if Storm is back?
Did we just do that? Yes.
You just did it at the beginning of this round.
Yeah, but can I see again now that it's my turn? I'm just checking.
No, one per round. I'm sorry.
Storm really hasn't come back?
You sent him to look for danger and to come back if he finds it.
Well, he failed because we fell into a big pot of sticky ass.
He didn't roll very high, and it's a little patch of mud. It doesn't look like nothing.
Okay, I have I have my rope and I throw it to Bianca to tie around a tree to hopefully use some sort of like log or pulley system.
Totally.
Like that. I like that.
Totally.
Okay. I'm rolling 20.
Yes. And
Come
just so
on,
that
guys.
your turn isn't like just throwing a rope to somebody, we'll say like it's to get it around the trunk. You're all working together, and it's not like combat initiative.
Come on, I've been having some
Throw it
luck
to me.
here.
Let's go. Keep the luck train going. Is that a good slow blink?
I got 4.
Wait. She got 4, and I could exalt charisma to help her attribute check, right? I don't know what it needs to
Was it
be.
strength? Are we doing strength?
Good point, actually. I think for this one it would be you can actually pick which one you want to use for this.
Both are +1. I don't care. It would be 5.
Let's go strength.
Okay.
So you rolled. So you got 5, and so if with my exalt charisma, it would make it 7. I don't know if that's enough, but we can try.
Save it. I think 7 would not be quite enough. We'll say what is happening in this moment. You weren't able to complete the action, but Bianca, you have the rope in hand from Orb and are on your way to like tie it around the tree. And as long as that's what you do with your action on your next turn, then like it gets
I had
done.
this other idea, but sure, okay.
Whichever you'd like to do.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so Drew, what do you do?
Drew. So shovel didn't work.
Unfortunately.
So I guess I'm gonna have to go the rope route. And tie my little grappling hook hammer to it. Go around the tree.
Perfect.
All right.
Make a dexterity check.
What I'm gonna do. Let's take a little roll.
What's exalt 4 times? I saw Troll Lords games. I think you get exalt 4 times a day.
So you get to use it as many times as your level.
Oh, exalt charisma.
Yeah. Oh, got it.
Okay, I did not roll well.
Oh, buddy.
Guys, we gotta shake off this stick.
I know. I got a 4.
Shake out the bad rolls.
And then for dexterity 2, so I got a 6.
You get it. It kind of like falls to the ground. It doesn't get quite around the tree. You can also, if you guys, I'll just say, if you like are working together to do something, I'll bring the DC down. Hell, why not?
So can she throw it? Even though I'm holding the rope of Orb's rope, can she, or the one that I've thrown her, can I also grab Drew's rope to help her with her action?
Now, are there any branches around too? Remember the thing I said when I was referencing this, like the sticking that in?
Yeah, there are plenty of branches. Yeah, there's.
I'm looking for a large baguette. I need an extremely large baguette.
Wait a second. Let me check my bag.
Very big, very stale baguette just nearby.
It is a baguette. Wrist rest. Everybody laugh. Get it out of your system. It's lovely.
I'll say you can tie one rope. But it doesn't have to be like one person per rope. If you get one rope secure, then both of you guys can use it. So you can choose which rope. Is that Milky? Our buddy Milky? But you came back with a new username? Hi, buddy. Welcome back. Milky's a longtime buddy over on my channel. Anyway.
Oh,
hi, Milky.
We are back at the top of the round. Orb and Drew sink another foot.
Wait, did we get the rope around the thing to us or no? I don't remember.
Bianca is on her way to get one rope around the tree.
Hurry up, little one.
It's up to my butt.
Can I have Beatrice do that action while I try something else that feels really weird and outside the box?
Why not? Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So I put the rope in Beatrice's mouth, and she runs it around the tree and secures it and makes sure she's very agile with her little paws.
Yeah.
And then, unless you hate the thing I'm about to offer, so I have animal empathy for burrowing animals. Could some burrowing animals, I tell them through my empathetic methods that I need them to create a animal pyramid in the mud underneath my friends and slowly build up to get them out, or at least moving up, ideally out of the mud, but moving up.
This is exactly the kind of thing that I would ask to do if I were a player in this game. And absolutely you can do that. Make a charisma check.
Yeah!
100%.
Awesome.
If your sentence
okay.
starts with, I want to try something weird, I'm going to be
Like-
down.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a d20, and I rolled a 13 plus. It's a prime attribute for me,
That is pretty good.
and it's 15 then.
Incredible.
And
Okay.
so I really think gophers are the ones I want to go for.
Sure.
Gopher. Gonna go for
Groundhog Day.
Okay. The way I'm logicking this in my brain to think about is the number of animals that you summon to assist you here is the number of things past 12. So you rolled a 15 total. 3 gophers appear on the scene. They're here to help. And they lift, they can do a combined 3 feet. So however the 3 of you want to distribute that. They will get on
3
the pier.
feet up?
3 feet up total.
Well, Drew is shorter than Orb, so I want
True.
2 of my gophers to burrow underneath Drew and push her up.
Perfect.
And then 1 gopher is gonna burrow and push up Orb.
Perfect.
Only one. I see how it is.
You're taller.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Yeah, so that puts
What is
Drew,
more?
I
I
think.
Drew was like 7 feet tall. Like, I can't get over it. I
That's
can't let
really
it
funny.
go.
I thought that Orb was a gnome for a long time. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that.
I- really
I never
old?
said how tall I was. So
I'm
it's
really
fine.
old. Maybe that's why you thought I was tall, because I'm old.
It's the maturity.
Don't you
Yeah,
grow
yeah.
taller as you get older?
Yeah, that's what my 5-year-old niece thinks. She's like, it doesn't make any sense. How can if you're taller, that means you're older? And we're like, no.
It's the inner growth that never stops, man. So I believe, unless I'm mistaken, you guys have sunk a combined like 3 feet, right? Or 2 feet. How many rounds has it been?
I think I'm at 2.
I think it's been 2.
I think
Okay.
it's been 2, yeah.
We're coming up on 3, but now
So-
thanks to the little rabbit things.
Drew, on your turn, you're going to be able to step out of the mud.
Okay.
Orb, you are 1 foot higher.
Oh yeah, Drew, you and I can help pull Orb out of this
Yeah.
sitch.
I
Oh, yeah.
hope so.
Is it my
So-
turn yet?
It is Orb's turn. Orb, what do you do?
Okay.
Great turn, Bianca. That was awesome.
Can I see if the bird is getting
Sure.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
I want Storm.
What is Storm gonna do, Carly?
I thought he was gonna at least take like the rope and tie it. I mean, you guys are both out now.
We
I don't
already
help. He could help. Let me just.
She's a
see.
very good helper.
Yeah, I got him.
I'm so sorry.
What should I do, you guys? I mean, what should I do that's gonna
Yeah.
help you guys?
Well, the other half of the
Like
rope that's
this?
on the tree is connected to her body, right?
Yes. Connected
So
to
you-
Drew's body.
Oh, it's not Orb's body.
Or, who did you throw it to? I thought it was to Drew.
You
because
threw it
she's
on my
shorter.
body.
Oh, that's right. And then I thought Orb threw something at me for me to grab.
Yes. Yes? You
I
your
threw the
rope?
hammer at with the my grappling hammer, but it missed. So maybe she caught it.
Didn't you give Bianca a rope? I have no memory of anything.
I did.
Remember, Chad.
Well,
Remember what we just talked about?
we got distracted by the gophers.
That's right. No, Orb did
Oh.
give you a rope. Yeah.
I have a rope, so let me just try to pull as much as I can, and then hopefully they'll just assist me.
Yeah. Go for it. That'll be a strength check to just straight yank yourself
Yeah,
out.
yeah. You can
Let's
do
go.
it.
Hold on one sec. You guys keep talking. I have to plug this in really quick.
Sure.
Keep
Yeah,
talking.
I only got 3.
You're getting
So
all the bad rolls
hopefully-
out of the way.
Hopefully they. Come on, they gotta help. They're both out. They gotta get me out. What do they slip? What are they?
I'm
a bunch of-
trying. I'm just. You have. There's a rope that you have, right?
I'm about to be done for if you guys.
No, there's more. The two gophers that were underneath Drew are now gonna burrow under you.
True.
Okay.
Just so you
Once
know.
I step out, they're all yours, babe.
Yeah.
Okay, so Drew, it is your go. What do you do?
Okay, so I'm gonna step out.
Perfect.
And help
Are you
me!
sure? Are you
Yeah,
sure?
I don't want to be in the mud, so I'm gonna step
for
out
the
and
skin.
get out of this squishy part to the not squishy part, and then I'm gonna help out my girl Orb over here,
Let's go.
and I am going to. I'm gonna also be creative,
Yes, Queen.
We love
and
creativity in this
I'm
house.
going to summon a swarm of flying things to fly around her, pick her up, and
Incredible.
gently land her on the not smushy ground.
All right. Man, I guess
I don't even can do that, but
I get so okay. So you summon a swarm of bugs to lift Orb out of the mud.
This is
They're
like
little-
I love this.
This is like some Disney Channel shit.
They're
It's
little
pretty bad.
pinchers. They're little
Yeah.
pinchers.
Little
Grab under
pinchers.
her.
They're helping.
Yeah.
And then picks her up and
Yeah. Okay. So, for a check like this, I think they'll be able to, on a success, lift you an additional foot out, which I think would get you out, right? Because you are 1 foot underneath.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll for bugs. Just roll a d20.
Roll for bugs, and I can't exalt
For
charisma if
bugs.
it's close.
Roll
On
for-
a 12 or
Hey, I rolled a-
higher.
rolled a 15. Then bugs is
Or you feel the gentle caress of thousands of little bugs as you are lifted out. And congratulations, you have solved my mud puzzle, my quicksand mud puzzle, as you all crawl to safety.
That was fun. I liked the unexpected detour there down south.
I was wondering if this was going to be the most like deadly encounter. I wondered maybe if someone might die.
You underestimated our creativity.
Clearly.
Underestimated me rolling a d20.
So
I really thought that I was gonna die and that they were gonna live, and I was gonna be pissed. I was,
I was the shortest one, though.
Well, believe it or
I
not,
know. I don't regret my choices, but I'm alive, so it's fine.
death is not quite the end in the dogwood. So if you had died, there would have been something for that. But
Dun dun dun.
that'll be a quest for perhaps another day with worse rolls.
Worst roll.
But yeah, the gophers and the bugs disperse for the time being.
Thank you, gophers.
You all are free to continue on your journey. I'll say, like, yeah, please.
I was gonna ask, how can we avoid this in the future?
Yeah, so just wisdom checks and stuff. The sinking mud is behind you. I just had one pit trap for you guys.
That's one.
But
we're gonna like walk over a pile of leaves and just immediately fall through into
Like a tiger trap.
Yeah.
But Orb will have a +2 to spot those if you come across them.
I thought, how come I didn't spot this one?
Because it's not technically like a trap. It's not hidden. It's just mud. It's not anything that's been intentionally hidden. But yeah. You guys proceed through the swamp. It's pretty difficult terrain here. You're moving a little bit slower than you would be through the forest.
My bird back yet? Is that bitch back?
Your bird comes back, yes, with almost
I
comedic
go-
timing.
On his face. Didn't you
Ruffles
catch
indignantly.
danger?
But yeah, so is there anything that you guys wish to like discuss or do or say to each other or look for before like the next thing?
I mean, I feel like we should sit down on like a log and take a deep breath because that was like really stressful. I don't think we should just like immediately keep going. I should be like,
I mean,
Well,
I
easy
think
enough
that
to
I
do.
really am proud and grateful that I have you guys by my side, because we really worked well together, and none of us died. We got some mud in our clothes, but we definitely survived, which was really lovely to see the teamwork making the dream work, you know?
Oh yeah. I do have a detect pits and snares spell that I could do
Ooh.
before we move on. Maybe that would have been
Now we know. Now we know.
But yeah, you guys take a breather, and then kind of rallying your strength, proceed through the swamp. It's quite eerie out here. It's pretty gross. There's like a prevalence of like mosquitoes and just general bugs that weren't in the dogwood because curse, you know. Not so here. There is that still like deathly quiet that kind of hangs over this place, and even though it's about midday, kind of getting into the later afternoon as you're walking, there is still like a darkness that kind of just hangs over this whole region. You all can see just fine, but it's kind of more something that you feel almost. But the air kind of gets more and more warm as you are proceeding, and at first you're not sure if it's like the effort of like trudging through this like thick mud in the swamp, or if this is indeed perhaps the danger that Storm came back to indicate you, to alert you of, because he caused twice as you're sort of nearing this area, just in time to avoid a blast that comes up from the ground of what looks like boiling swamp water. It looks like what lays ahead is in fact a field of like geysers in this swampland.
Hot springs?
Oh,
A little
not
too
me
hot
love
and a little stinky.
hot tub.
nice hot spring.
As the water like erupts from the ground, it kind of just turns into a harmless, if foul smelling mist that kind of hangs in the air as it gets more and more humid here. But yeah, this area is kind of covered in these like bubbling bog geysers that are kind of blasting irregularly. And with the mud being so thick, it's going to be tough to make your way through, but you can do it. This kind of leaves you with a choice here. You can try to veer off and enter back into the woods, or you can try to make it through the geysers.
Well, here's a question. Is there a reason why we're going through the bog other than we just wanted a challenge? Like, was there something specifically we were following?
Well, there's the potential of like losing our mind in the dogwood. That was, you know.
I get it.
But that being said, we do have the elixir that is supposed to
An amulet.
An amulet. Well, isn't there also a liquid something?
The healing thing.
No.
The healing potion.
You have
I think
three
that's
healing
different
potions.
than keeping from losing.
Or
mind.
no, sorry, not a healing. It was like something that Drew got from the mirror lady. I mean, from
That is
the
right.
reflection.
That's
The
right.
reflection in the lake.
I forgot
And I
about
think that was to keep our like faculties about us. But I think it's only for one person, correct?
There's a dose.
A
in
dose,
it,
yeah.
yeah.
And so we have that plus the amulet.
Right.
So in theory, one of us could go cray cray.
'Cause I don't have like any spells to protect us as we go through this thing, and I don't know, maybe there's just paths in my future because of what just happened to us. I feel like we should go back to the forest. What do you guys think?
I kind of want to go through the forest because I'm over mud.
Mud is
not
kind of a bummer.
Mud, and I'm
But-
over.
If you go right before this geyser, will that take us to the forest?
If you go like left, yeah.
Oh, on the
Yeah,
left. Oh, yeah. Look, they're trees. Oh my god.
But yeah, certainly. So is that what you guys want to do?
Let's go to the forest. Let's do it. Now, I just want everyone to know if you start to feel different or not like yourself, please communicate that to the rest of the team.
Well, yes, and I think we should also just be paying attention and observing, like, Drew seems a little quiet. Or if Bianca seems quiet, like that's a red flag for sure.
We'll
If
see.
Bianca stops singing, red.
If the singing stops, red alert. Immediately. Panic. Everybody panic. Yeah, so you veer off. It's not difficult, aside from the trudging of it, which is in itself like fairly exhausting because it's kind of a humid, hot, gross walk to the boundary of the forest. But the coolness,
Like we're in Florida, very swampy.
it very much feels like Florida,
Florida
unsettlingly so.
of the medieval.
Exactly. But it is way colder in the dogwood. So as the boughs kind of embrace you guys once again, there's that skin crawly feeling. But it's easy to ignore that over just the relief of like not just perpetually sweating and being covered in hot water anymore.
It's dank, as Proxima Rising says, but not the good kind of dank, not the weed kind of dank.
Not the good legal kind of dank.
Not the good legal.
But yeah, you guys make it to the boughs of the forest. There's no trail here, but you can make your way just straight forward and try to find the trail, or you can go in the general direction that you think Kashem is in. You've kind of gone off the road here. There isn't like a trail back into, the road.
Can I send Storm to go find the trail?
Or the direction we're supposed to go?
You can.
Flies really fast. It's a bird. We wouldn't have to wait that long.
You can totally do that. You can have Storm go ahead and try to find it and then come back to you and lead you there.
Okay. Do I roll anything?
Go ahead and roll for Storm, not to see if he accomplishes it, but just to see how quick he is.
Okay. 10?
A d20 for this one. This is an ability check. I was kind of doing it like based off chance before.
Let's see how quick Storm is. 6.
Storm is gone.
Slow, lethargic ass bird.
Roughly 3 hours.
Oh my god!
It is not easy to navigate the dogwood. Unfortunately, this was the first thing that Bernard said about the dogwood. Do not venture from the path because you'll lose your way. It's a very hard to find, like basically deer trail.
Listen, I get it.
But is there anything that you guys want to do or talk about before like Storm kind of returns and leads you guys back onto the road?
I do have dark vision because you were saying it's kind of got darker in here. Should I use that to try to see if it's within 60 feet, see if I can assess some type of trail within that 60 feet?
You can try. I can tell you. So there's no trail within 60 feet of you as you're kind of using your vision and like looking around.
Are we like able to walk partially, or do we have to stay in the same spot since Storm is coming back to us?
Find us, right?
Storm can definitely find you again.
Okay.
The bond between him and Orb is strong enough that you guys can find each other, but it might be harder if you venture into the dogwood.
Yeah.
Or like further into the from your spot, basically.
Do we need to, maybe we could have some snacks, sit down and rest a little bit. I bet you were really tired after that mud thing, you guys.
Super true. Super duper.
Yeah,
true.
and we didn't none of our hit points or whatever HP didn't go down or anything from that, but we could make sure we're fully healed before we do anything else. That's an option.
We're probably a little stressed, probably a little tired.
If you guys want, you can even like make camp here because it's kind of getting to that in between place where you have a weird amount of free time to finish, and you might not want to like sleep in the dogwood, like in the boughs of the dogwood.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to like make camp here?
What if we do that and then I start singing my camp song?
Gather around the campfire and sing a campfire song.
I'm gonna build a little fire, and then I've got my little fife, and
sure.
Yeah,
for sure. You guys go right on ahead and you take your long rest. All of you go ahead and roll a d20 for me. Or actually, Drew and Bianca, go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay. Oh wait, I'm not Drew. Sorry.
Okay,
I rolled
Drew
an
or
11.
3 letters.
You rolled a 1, you said?
An 11.
Perfect.
Do I add a modifier to that?
No. Bianca and Orb, you take your rest and you awake normally. Drew, in the night, your dreams are not normal. And when you awake, to expand upon that a little bit, as you dream, you kind of lose the feeling of like having fallen asleep at all. The way that you see it, you're kind of just like laying there, the campfire is smoldering, not really sleeping. Sleep doesn't really find you. And as you turn, as like the sun is rising, instead of your two friends, there is a shadow sitting there sharpening a knife.
Oh my God.
What do you do?
I pull out my knife and I stab it.
Go ahead and make an attack roll.
She does have that nice dagger that we were just gifted with the +1
What
to
if
hit.
it's also just
Oh
like
my God, I'm rolling so bad. I got a 3.
Okay. Are you adding
My modifier for strength is 1, so 4.
Okay. Bianca. Drew awakes from a deep sleep, pulls her knife, and attempts to stab you.
Oh my God!
You duck out of the way, and the knife just burrows itself into the log that you'd been kind of like sitting on, putting your shoes back on, stuff like that.
I think you rolled badly, Drew.
Drew, your vision clears.
I'm not 20. Bianca would be
Uh,
Sorry about that.
But you gain your long rest and everything. So yeah.
Okay, so first of all, it seems like
Did I wake up or am I still sleeping?
No, yeah, you see all of this too. Yeah.
Okay.
You see Drew pull her knife and attack Bianca.
Let's pull it out. I'm like, sorry.
Is it a thing that like has Drew be immune, or is it just what brings Drew back to?
The water will restore someone's mind once they have lost it completely. The amulet is preventative.
Who's wearing the amulet?
You are.
Me, right?
Can you give the amulet to Drew?
Yeah, I could. Yes.
I mean, her faculties are falling apart, girl.
I got it. What about my faculties? I only have 15.
I'm just saying, you weren't the one that was almost stabbed.
So true.
You
Okay.
could have been.
Whoever I guess starts to show signs, we'll just keep trading the amulet back and forth. I give Drew Cray the amulet.
For sure. Drew, you hadn't really noticed it.
Generosity that I am displaying in this. I have this bad feeling that I'm gonna die, but like I'm gonna give my life.
We have to work as a team.
I don't know why.
I'm sure that the dice will remember this moment and they'll give you good karma and they'll roll high for the rest of the session, I'm sure.
Okay, so aside from Bianca almost getting murdered, we got good sleep.
Yeah. And all three of you, even though Drew, it doesn't feel like you really slept at all. You all three, you get your long rest, your health is back at full, you get your spells back, all that stuff. And as you put the amulet on from Orb, there is like a feeling that you hadn't realized was even there, of like a heaviness kind of around your neck and around your shoulders and between your shoulder blades. And it kind of melts away as you put this amulet on. It's probably nothing.
Yeah, probably nothing.
It's probably nothing to worry about.
Definitely not a spirit Yoda-ing me.
It's morning now.
It's morning now. Storm is ready to take you guys back to the path if you are ready to proceed.
Oh, thank goodness. Storm. I like Dix in the Dark's comment. Maybe the deadliest thing in this wood is you, and maybe that's not a good thing.
Time will tell.
I mean, in the last, couple hours, I agree. I almost got stabbed to death.
What's a little stabbing between friends? By the way, Dix in the Dark is another CNC actual play show, and they called us Chicks in the Light, and that we should fight each other because they're another group of 4. So we should have. I challenge Dix in the Dark.
Dix in the Dark,
laying down the gauntlet.
They're going down.
They're going down. But yeah, you 3 tramp through the woods, and you do make your way back to the path. Only, slightly feeling watched. Nothing crazy happens. But you make it back to the path and kind of proceed on your way to the village of Kashem at this point. As you are traveling,
Glad that we were able to fully rest. I know that sounds like a very silly thing for me to be excited about. That's very good for our characters.
Believe it or not,
Just
Yeah.
everyone
huge.
listening, get your sleep. It's important.
Health is important.
It's foundational.
Well,
Yeah. So, as you're kind of proceeding through the woods here, you actually happen upon what looks like the remains of like a camp.
oh,
And there
Is there a fire? Like, how recently was the fire put out?
It's cold. The fire is cold. So definitely longer than like, hours. But aside from that, it's a little tough to tell. There are the very little remains of like a bonfire. It looks like this place has been mostly cleaned up, but it's easy enough for you guys to spot because you've been setting up camps like this as you've been traveling. Like you can see little spots dug in the ground where like tent poles clearly were. There's clearly like a tree that everyone was like peeing on, like a designated pee tree, and stuff like that. There's also what looks like
our heightened senses were like, that's the pee-pee tree.
That's the pee-pee tree.
Stay away from that one. But there's also a grave. It looks like a mound of dirt about 6 feet long. And Drew, in particular, you would recognize like the way that this grave is kind of fashioned. It's consistent with like worshippers of Mordias, the goddess of nature. Just like the respects that have been like paid there. There's like a sprig of rosemary over the grave to protect it and cleanse the area. And at its head, there is a short sword kind of stabbed into the ground, and there is a red cloak that's kind of been thrown over it and like tied at the neck.
Interesting. Wait,
and the goddess
a red
of like
cloak?
Yes.
A red cloak? Aren't
Yes.
we? Remember the thing with the string and the
it was
cloak?
a red thread.
The red thread? Maybe there's something. Maybe that's the cloak. Maybe we can get the red.
What if we pluck threads from the red cloak and each of us holds a thread on our person as a form of protection?
For sure. Let me look at my spells. I want to see if there's anything that's like notices something.
You said it was the goddess of like nature or something, right, Grace?
Yes.
Yeah, Mordias is the goddess of nature.
And that isn't the amulet in reference to that as well?
The amulet is not. It was kind of made to specifically protect against this curse.
Oh, okay.
Can I use my heightened senses to see if there's anything that we need in that cloak?
Yeah. Maybe give like a wisdom check.
Okay.
I think, or intelligence, whichever you prefer. You're getting them all out of the way.
I like I should roll again because I rolled out of the thing.
Yeah, you can do that. If it like rolled onto the floor or like up against a thing and got cocked, like
Mulligan.
Roll again. Do over. Oh, so better. Okay. 13 and I'm gonna do wisdom, so that's 14.
Sure. Is wisdom a prime for you?
No. Intelligence is though, but I would have less. I'd only have 13 if I did intelligence, but if that's better than 14 wisdom, then...
Generally it's good to use your prime because it brings the DC that you need to hit down, but you can use whichever one you think like Orb would be using at this moment.
What do you guys think? Ladies, what do you think?
Wisdom versus intelligence.
That's my prime, or
I do your prime, I think.
Yeah, prime.
Sure. So going over it, kind of using your intelligence, you determine that there's nothing in the cloak. However, what you do determine is that this grave is probably like a few days old. And you determine that the cloak is consistent with the vision that Bianca experienced, in which she saw this like red cloak order that had come to call on Ulissa von Brecht.
They were the ones looking for the red thread.
Yes. Yeah. They said to resurrect Mordias is what they said their purpose was.
So this camp is one of these culties, you see.
Cult camp. Let's all go to
Cult
camp. It's cult camp.
Welcome to the cult camp, population U.
Bum, bum, bum. Camp cult.
Okay, so and I've communicated with them, obviously.
She's really good.
That that I saw that vision or whatever. That's already been.
Yeah, you guys had compared notes and all that.
Yeah, great.
But yeah, you determined that this was the camp of the Red Cloak Order, and perhaps they lost somebody in that process.
Well, I'm all for, respecting the dead. And so I think we could have a moment of thoughts or prayers for the dead body under the ground. What do you all think about that?
Ready?
Okay, so maybe let's all stand around, and if you have anything you want to say about this member of the Red Cloak Order, now's the time.
I think Colty Boy lived a really beautiful culty life, doing cult things, and being brainwashed, but something he believed in.
Yeah, it is nice to meet someone who believes in something and is passionate, right?
I mean, we also don't know that this guy was like part of the cult. Like he could have been like murdered by them.
Well, the red, I think they left his red cloak. I think it's easy to surmise that was like one that he had worn, or they had worn. I think it's safe to assume that.
Yes.
Are there any hidden doors? I know we're doing.
Go ahead and make a wisdom check and add +2, along with your regular modifier.
Wisdom check. 12 plus 2 is 14 plus 1 is 15.
There's probably a hidden door hidden beneath this grave.
I have a shovel.
We gotta I mean, I don't want to dig up the body, but go for it.
I got it.
Well,
Yeah,
what if
I found the hidden door? I don't want to touch that.
What if there is no body and it's just a marker to the door that's underground?
To keep us from, or to keep other cultists from going in there because they might respect it too much.
Aren't you glad we took a moment of silence to think about what we were gonna do?
Yes.
All right. I got my shovel.
Owe it all to you.
We're digging this up.
Dig it up.
Perfect.
Do you
Easy
need any
enough
help?
to do.
Oh, I'm so quick at digging.
Just keep digging. Just keep digging. Just keep digging. All we do is dig.
Dig, 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 dig.
You do it and you locate the hidden door. It is the door it is the lid of the coffin.
Oh.
But you can open it if you wish.
The lid of a coffin. So you led us astray, Grace.
It's technically a hidden door. The best kind
more
of
like
correct.
a lid.
Yeah, it's more of a lid. I feel like you're being a little feisty.
It's a door for him.
It's true. It's a door to the other world, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, let's open it.
Okay, you guys open it. I'm gonna stand a few subs back. It's proving me out.
I because I'm so tiny, I jump in the grave.
What?
And I see the front, and I decide to get the top. It's like split in two, the door, so I pull up the front half of it.
Perfect. What you see is the body of a young man, and it looks like it's a little gruesome. The first thing in his torso, it's not pretty. It looks like perhaps he was ended by some kind of like beast. There are claw marks and just some terrible, nasty stuff. But notably, it looks like his limbs have been intentionally like separated from his body.
Oh my goodness.
Woo.
Who's to say? Who's to say why?
Look at my spells.
But yeah, as you guys are...
Is it someone that I recognize from, like, is his face put together enough still that I recognize from the vision?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it is. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
So it looks like he did not get his quest of finding the red thread, or if he did, he did not survive that quest.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately.
Into him.
As you all are kind of looking, his right hand turns into this kind of shape.
Oh,
and
no!
it begins to try to crawl towards the nearest one of you.
I take my shovel and I smash it so fast.
Doesn't one of you have an undead something?
I do. Angelic image delays undead. I think that just means I have to find it. Hold on.
I delayed it with my hammer.
That's true.
A shovel.
It's like
means
Like Home Alone style.
like if someone's like about, I think if they're undead, I don't know. I wasn't able to find the thing last time.
At the very least, it's easy enough to, if you guys don't want to fight this guy, it's easy to just put the lid back. But whatever you guys want to do.
I think we should definitely just close it.
I'm gonna close that lid.
Just like, nope.
Sorry.
We're closing the door to the past. We're moving forward to the future.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So anything else you want to do in the like ruins of this camp, or do you want to just like proceed?
Can we loot around just to make sure there's no like things that people left, like food or weapons?
Yeah, like maybe we look under the like maybe is there like trash around? Can we just like investigate?
Yeah. All of you go ahead and make a check of your choice for it, or you'll get a +2 in addition to your other like modifiers and stuff because you're using the glasses.
Oh yeah, we could have looted the body.
He wasn't wearing very much. It looks like anything had been kind of taken from him.
Okay, so this is gonna get I got a 17. You said +2, and I also get a +1, which is my modifier, and that's a fucking sorry.
I can't believe you would fucking swear on this goddamn show. It is not fucking allowed.
Funny.
That is what we like to call a dirty 20.
You're the one that said bitches all the time.
Bitches.
Incredible. With a dirty 20, for sure you find, you know what would be useful to you?
What would be useful to us, you guys? I feel like, let me just look at my stuff.
Nothing like world ending, but you find one thing that will be useful.
We can't have like the atomic bomb or anything.
Well, like, do we want like stuff?
Is there, what's the closest thing we can have to like a bomb? I know that's like really dramatic, but like something like will delay.
I was thinking like matches.
You could have a little like a little shrapnel grenade thing. Someone could have left that behind. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah,
I hate it when I forget my grenades at the campsites. I hate it.
Rachel, we need matches.
I was just saying that could be something, but
can we wait? What about that? And can we? I'm sorry, I'm all getting greedy. I know it's a dirty 20. I want the grenade. I want this, Mom, and I want this, and I also want. Can we find something that also helps with people going nuts? Another one of those things.
Here's what I'll say. You find a little shrapnel grenade. It's like the size of your hand. And you find
Grenade.
like a soothe stone. It's something that you can fidget with.
Stone.
Old timey fidget spinner.
It's like a grounding kind of tool.
I get it. I do that sometimes. I'll like have one of my or something.
So this will not. It won't prevent the curse from onsetting necessarily, but it might give you a little bit of a better chance to resist it.
Okay.
Potentially.
Fine.
On a nat 20 maybe, but that was a dirty. It's just
a little dirty
20. But yeah, so
got a little grenade though. That's good.
Do you guys move on, or do you want to like do anything else in the woods?
Does anyone else have any
Let's
special things
get
they
back
want
on.
while they're here?
Yeah, I think let's keep moving. Let's just keep.
Yeah, I
Let's
want to
keep
keep
trucking.
moving for sure.
Yeah.
On the road again.
At this point, you're able to move quite a bit quicker, even though, like, still travel through the dogwood is very difficult. To just kind of paint the scene of what you're walking through, it's seriously little more than a deer trail, only narrow enough for, like, one person at a time to kind of walk. And just, like, the foliage and the trees are really, really oppressive, just, like, closing in. The trail has lots of bends, and you can't see around them. It's just very unsettling and very dark and hard to see in here. But you make your way, and you actually make it out of the dogwood. And you push through past the boundary of the forest. And what awaits you is actually a very familiar, dense fog.
Oh.
It's pretty tough to see through it. You can kind of see, like, yourselves. You can sort of see each other if you're standing close enough. But there's a fog much like the one that enveloped you before. And off in the distance, weirdly, because you can't see really anything off in the distance except for her, the lovely lady herself, the spirit that has kind of appeared to you multiple times before. She kind of stands there, and she regards the three of you with this stoic kind of expression on her face, and meets each of your eyes. And then she turns her back and she drifts further into the fog.
Willing us to go with her.
Perhaps. What do you do?
Go. Let's follow.
Let's follow.
I mean, that's the
So
direction
sweet.
we're heading anyway, right?
Yeah.
So
She, as you guys kind of, like, she appears and disappears as you guys kind of, like, follow her trail. In the thick of this fog, you don't really make out anything about, like, the village that might be around you. You pass by what looks like a few, patches of rubble. But she leads you into this area, and you start to see, like, there's a gated, like, iron fence that you walk through that you notice. And you start to notice, like, gravestones by your feet. And the last time that you see her, she is standing in front of what looks like a stone mausoleum. And she disappears from sight next to the door.
is there anything written on the door? Anything written on the exterior of the
Any
mausoleum?
hidden doors?
There's no hidden doors here, but there is the words Von Brecht in kind of elaborate letters above.
We found the Von Brecht mausoleum, y'all.
What do you do?
We gotta go inside. We gotta
Let's go
look
in.
for some clues.
Let's go
Yeah.
in.
So you descend the steps, and it's dark in here. It's quiet, and there's not much here. It looks like there's a lot of empty space for maybe, like, other graves or not graves, but like coffins or urns or stuff to potentially go. But right now there's only 3 spots that are occupied. And you see one for, I don't have their names in front of me, but you see one for each of Dietrich von Brecht's parents, whatever their names were, I've forgotten. And then you see one for Ulissa von Brecht, which is kind of a little bit more grand, and it's, like, in the middle, and it has an inscription above it. And that one reads, "Our founder, our leader, our matron of good fortune, Ulissa von Brecht, Red Cape the Good." And then her coffin is kind of there.
Savage Splendor gave us boon coins.
Yeah, so you'll be able to use that to re-roll.
Oh, thank you, Savage
Oh,
Splendor.
Thank you, Savage.
Thank you. That was savage. In a good way.
Savage.
Okay, so we see the names of Dietrich's parents.
Mm-hmm.
We see empty spots for future bodies to be buried.
Mm-hmm.
Do we see if this tunnel, the space, goes maybe towards like the house, the estate, like inside maybe the house, or is it a finite amount, like a finite room that ends?
It's just a room. Yeah, there's no like other like hallways or anything. But she did want you to
So
be here for some reason.
Yeah, is there any with my
we
glasses?
could, I guess, open
any
the
hidden object?
tombs up.
Oh my God, we're being
my
so
God.
disrespectful to the dead.
And so respectful to chat. Savage,
Oh,
thank you.
Savage Splendor, thank you. My
Holy
gosh.
shit. Thank you so much. Next time there's like an enemy, you get to drive.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
That
that'd
was
be super fun.
awesome.
But yeah, you guys are looking for like hidden stuff and things.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just curious
Do
if
it.
like if the only thing that's hidden or the only like things that are shut are the tombs that Dietrich's parents were in. Do we need to open them and investigate? I know
If you would like.
Orb is very upset about desecrating.
no. I just think it's. I mean, we opened up the other.
Yeah, but you know,
That's all there is to do. I'm aligned with it. I just think it's funny that we're just destroying all these.
Open up
graves.
graves, waking them up.
Open the grave. We come.
could we like look around on the walls and see if there's anything written on the walls, or like use one of those glow in the dark lights we
I
have?
can read arcane script. Is there anything around
Yeah,
that
finding
I have a
script that's
spell
been written.
for
Yeah.
reading arcane script? Yeah.
Yes. Orb, with your reading arcane script,
Okay.
what you can determine is that indeed the letters above Ulysses' coffin, essentially, were at one point enchanted. But it looks like the enchantment, it's to you, it kind of looks like looking at a piece of rope that's been like cut through. It is an enchantment that has been meddled with in some way, and looking closer at it, you see that the lid of the coffin is like scraped, like perhaps it has been opened.
Do I know what the enchantment is?
Yeah, it looks like a simple it looks like it was at one point an enchantment that was made to like make flowers grow there.
Oh.
Interesting.
But it's not in place anymore.
Wah, wah. Okay, yeah, we should investigate.
So you like open up the
Don't we have a crowbar?
Yeah.
Don't we have a large baguette?
I'm pretty sure there's a large baguette.
I
just
think there's a
hanging
large
out.
baguette.
Who are they using?
I saw these at World Market. Oh, you guys are gonna die when you see what my wrist rest is for my. This is for my keyboard.
Is it a croissant?
For my mouse.
Oh my god, I called that. I literally called that.
Like
It's so
fresh.
cute.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
That
Oh,
is
I'm
so
hungry.
cute. Now I want bread.
I want bread always.
Did you make focaccia? Nick made focaccia.
Can he send some to
I
us?
would like some focaccia right now.
They want some, so can we
Yeah.
send them
Where I
some?
bake
Um,
bread, I
email
always
it.
do like multiple loaves
We're gonna mail
because
it.
I usually eat the first loaf like immediately. when
Yeah. So
okay,
what are
sorry,
you guys
focus.
doing? Yeah.
Don't we have a baguette? Okay, we do have a crowbar. Let's crowbar it up.
Perfect. Yeah, which are you doing, like Ulysses' coffin, the parents' coffin?
The one that looks messed with it, which I
Yeah.
think is you.
The Ulysses, yeah. You open it up and it's very straightforward. With the crowbar, it's kind of easy to pop the lid. There you see bones. You see the skeleton of a person, but the skull is missing.
Someone else has been here.
Are they doing some sort of ceremony? Skull.
Do we
Oh,
can we lift up the body and see like what's underneath it or anything?
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of
That's
see.
different.
It's just like a skeleton, very, very
Okay,
old
okay.
bones. It's just kind of like the blank space of the empty space of the coffin.
Okay.
But it appears untouched otherwise.
Oh.
And everything else appears normal.
Everything else appears pretty normal, yeah.
Okay. Anything else you think we should do in this area?
I mean,
Also,
that was
isn't
that was both
chick-
of the coffins?
Hmm?
That was both of the coffins?
That was just Ulysses.
Well, let's open the other one up.
Do it.
Yeah, go
I
for it.
jump onto the grave. I pull
The
thing open.
most offensive way she possibly can. She does it.
Yeah, you open up the coffins of the parents, and their skeletons are intact. But as you investigate the bones, these look weak. They're very, 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 very dried out, weak, a little crumbly. Even like popping one of them open, it doesn't seem like these have been tampered with or opened prior to this moment. But the act of like jostling the coffin itself, like there's a little almost like porcelain that's been broken, like a shard of the bone like just kind of drops through.
See what you did.
It looks pretty weak. But that's all you notice about the parents' graves.
Weak bones. They didn't get
Is
enough
this ghost-
calcium.
Have we proven
He needs some
that
milk.
this ghost is someone like Ulissa herself or something? It is her,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
you were able to
basically
compare
telling
her
us
look. Yeah.
Somebody took my head, which is probably why she's a ghost, because she like literally has unfinished business and can't. I just saw that movie Presence. I've watched other ghost movies. It's like they stick around when there's unfinished business. So she can't rest until.
Yeah.
So we
Well-
gotta go find her skull, you guys.
Gotta go find the skull.
Keep
And
your eyes out. Let's not lose our heads.
you checked for hidden doors, right, Carly?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't.
I thought
Did
we
I?
did before we went in.
I feel like I've gotten into the habit of asking that first thing before you finish
I
creating.
mean, we did it before we went down into the actual like tomb area.
I
So
have those
we
special
could-
glasses on. Are there any hidden objects?
Go ahead and roll for it. And add a +2 along with your other modifiers.
For just choosing a thing. Okay, so got an 8 + 2 is 10, and I will do wisdom, which is another +1. So I got an 11.
Perfect. You're pretty sure that this room is otherwise secure, aside from like what you found already. There's no other like hidden doors. There's not really like any stuff. It's kind of just like an empty, dusty sort of room.
I know this sounds weird, but can we have Storm and Beatrice smell the coffin of Ulissa so that they have the scent of her bones, so that when we're going through the woods, if that's pretty smart, huh? I just thought of that right
Pretty
now.
good. That's
I
pretty
like that.
good. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. They can familiarize themselves with
Okay,
the
great.
stench of bones. The bone
So
stench.
Beatrice jumps into the coffin and rolls her little body around. And
That's a little gross.
The bones rattle and get all
Storm
mixed up.
just is from the outside and just goes like and takes some deep breaths.
She had been very respectfully like laid out, like anatomically, like, fingers, bones, like hands. Gets a little bit like mixed up now.
And Bianca can tell them, because she's empathetic, yo, this smell is really important. So if you smell it, you gotta she
Gotta
tells
let
you.
it
if they
smell.
smell it, they are gonna meow twice or caw twice. It's a double noise that they're gonna make.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And
beautiful.
I would assume they agree with that because we have a connection, me and the animals.
Right, of course. The empathy, it's there.
Even though
Yeah,
me and
you
Storm
get
are
each other.
connected, I'm really jealous that she can empathetically
Oh
feel it.
no. It's like watching your best friend like be somebody else's best friend. Like they've
Yeah,
got their own
I
inside jokes.
just I have to just be like, this is for the greater good of the group. It's fine.
Ow.
Storm's still with
I
me.
mean, Storm and I rarely talk about you, Orb, so
What?
Ouch.
A BITC.
What do you mean?
I didn't say it was bad. You assumed.
You don't even talk about me. You don't even think about me.
Or Bianca, roll for initiative.
Okay.
Really?
Where's my
No.
dice?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I was
No,
like,
I'm
okay,
kidding.
just kidding.
I was like, oh, it wasn't a great roll anyway. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, do you guys do anything else in the mausoleum, or is it time to leave?
I guess let's get out of here.
Yeah, I feel like this was
I
kind
make
of a dead
Bianca
end.
close up the things that she opened
Perfect.
and
You
put them
leave-
back so we're not jerks.
You leave it almost exactly as you found it. And since we're kind of coming up on time here, you emerge from the mausoleum to find the fog fully dispersed and the scene of this village that you couldn't see when you first arrived here due to the fog. Much of the houses, unlike Roslo, where things had seemed like broken into and roughed up and things were scattered, many of these houses are rubble. Just like piles of stone and like splintered wood and just really, really nasty looking. There's deep claw marks that are in the ground. Claw marks on like houses, against doors. A lot of houses look broken into. And further beyond that, you see a mountainside. This is in fact the plateau, the mountain of Heth's Perch, which is the mountain that according to like what Bernard had told you at the beginning, this is kind of where the Von Brecht estate was founded and where all of like the riches in the mountain were found and excavated from. And indeed, you see a grand, just beautiful estate that's been constructed into the side of this mountain. There's a grand staircase that leads up to it. It's full of like windows and like billowing curtains and such. This place is not good. It doesn't feel good to be here, but it is a just architecturally beautiful home. And as you step out into the timid daylight of Kishem, we will stop there and we'll pick it back up next week to see what you find.
Oh,
Hee hee.
We get to go inside the house. We get to go inside the house next week.
does
Sweet.
the house have a jacuzzi? That's the most important point.
Yes. I'm gonna roll for jacuzzi. Oh my gosh, y'all! I did jacuzzi over the weekend in Santa Barbara,
Oh my god, I'm jealous.
and it was so nice.
So jealous.
Jealous.
So I'm ready to jacuzzi with y'all.
Watch like the richest house in this region be like the only one without a jacuzzi. Honestly, embarrassing.
I love that we just keep calling it jacuzzi.
Ever since the first session with you guys, when you guys called it a jacuzzi, I've never
I
called
think
it
it's
anything different.
Now you
I was
call
like-
it that?
Yeah.
Jacuzzi.
Jacuzzi. A great session. That was super fun. You guys
that was so
crushed the
fun.
environmental challenges.
Oh,
It's
You killed
supposed
it
to
with
be.
that idea, though. I hadn't even thought about us getting trapped in mud. That's so cool.
Steve told me a story about
of course.
I don't
Steve.
think it was one of his characters, but it was someone that he was either playing with or DMing for, and they drowned in mud, and that sounded sufficiently horrifying. Just so awful.
That's awful.
Yeah, we couldn't have done it without the chat, though. They always come in clutch every week.
It's
Thank
super
you,
true.
chat.
Super
Nobody
duper
died.
true.
Yes, Sticks in the Dark. Good session. Nobody died.
Ha, ha, ha.
Woot. We
Thank
wooted
you.
and we pooted.
Looted,
Uh,
pooted,
Join
and
us
pooed.
back
scooted.
same channel. Please be here and help us get through this mansion.
Yeah, next
died
week,
yet?
we're gonna need you, every single one of you, to help us next week. I feel like
Except-
it's gonna be a lot more tricky.
Except for
Yeah.
Savage. Savage, I'm gonna need your help because you gifted subs. So help me try to kill these players.
God,
Also, Rico,
Yeah.
we saw you come in and follow. Thank you
That's
so
great.
much.
Braves.
Hi,
Very, very fun.
Rico. Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm so grateful for everyone for watching.
Yeah. Thank you all so much. You could have been anywhere on a Tuesday evening, and we appreciate y'all spending it here with us.
Yes.
Thank you to our lovely players. Y'all crushed it. You did amazing.
Thank you, Grace. You're
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's raid
You're
into
amazing, but you're a
channel.
little, a little shifty.
Here's the
I
thing.
see the mischievousness. You're very cute, so you hide behind the cuteness, but I see it there. I see the twinkle in the eye.
I would never do anything bad.
What? Little old me?
Me? A mean game master? Perish
Well,
the thought. Let's
I'm
find
gonna go
something
make
great.
Din Din.
Oops.
And for the East Coast people, maybe you're going to sleep.
Go snooze.
Yeah,
let's
I
toss
just
a raid
ordered
to
some
somebody.
Mexican food, so that's
Don't
gonna
have
be
a
my night.
dream.
We're gonna go ahead and raid into folk and myth real quick.
Let's raid.
Thank you all so much again for being here. We all super appreciate it. We'll be back here next week, same bat time, same bat channel, same bat place. To probably, well, maybe not next session, but a couple sessions left. We're kind of getting close to the
We're
end
getting
here.
so close.
No,
Oh
I
my
don't want it
gosh.
to
By
end.
February we're gonna be done.
I don't want it to end.
Well, we'll
I don't
see.
want to close my eyes.
I don't want to
I don't
fall asleep.
But
Let's
I'm
pop
with
it.
you, babe. And
I love
Don't
that you
miss
yes
a
anded
day.
me.
We're gonna go. We'll see you guys later. Thank you so much. Goodbye, buddies. And we are out.